Let's go into our Week 5 sits. We got our boy, Jameis Winston. I will say something on this, on our quarterbacks. So, yeah, we're starting Week 5 sits, quarterback position, Jameis Winston. Fucking sit him.
Yes. So I know some might be like, damn, like, really? The Redskins can't stop a fucking nosebleed. Pero I just think this is fine. I think this is finally a Kamara game. He's been pretty as pedestrian as you could be for someone who's still like a top 20 running back. I mean, my man's win in the first round. I took him at 3, 4, one of the two. And he's been pretty I mean, not bad, but not good. Taysom Hill had 2 rushing touchdowns last week, dickhead. But, yeah, ever since that explosion where he had 5 passing touchdowns, mind you, he only threw for 148 yards and 5 touchdowns. But since then, 8, 13.5, and 13. That's 31 points total. There's been a lot of QBs that have done that in 1 week. He's been mediocre at best. I mean, you
just can't trust him, man.
Can't.
Jameis Winston. He's like a fun quarterback to watch in the huddle before the game starts. But
yeah, he eats them W's.
Bro, you seen that? You seen the recent one?
Yeah.
They're like, look at the guy next to you, and he's like,
yeah,
looking at his face.
He took it just a little too serious. But I think he needs to do a better job of finding Kamara, too. They need to get him integrated more into the pass game, which is why I think it's more of a Kamara game.
He needs to stop throwing the ball when he's completely horizontal also.
Yeah.
He did that again this year.
He literally needs to stop doing that, too. So
yeah.
I think it'll be one of those, he might throw for 1 or 2, but it won't be that much yardage. I think it's like I said, Kamara. I think this is one of those Kamara, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air, 150 yards. And Jameis will get you 15, 16, but it's like that's not what you want from your QB.
Yeah.
So,
okay, let's go into Matt Ryan. Remember I said, this is kind of goofy because in my Dynasty League, I kind of waited. It's a single quarterback.
Who's your QBs?
I have my QBs are Matt Ryan and Jameis Winston. Those are both on our sits for this week. And so I'll be playing Taysom Hill, maybe? I don't know.
Somebody.
No, yeah. So I'm in a situation, and there's no quarterbacks available, so. Don't be like me. Don't play Matt Ryan. This is also, we're talking about we don't have Calvin Ridley there, Russell Gage, whatever. Fucking, all you got left is Kyle Pitts and Cordero Patterson. And it's like, you better hope that Matt Ryan throws the ball to Cordero Patterson, you know what I mean? And doesn't do like a swing route or whatever. What do they call that?
Swing pass you're talking about?
Yeah. Or no, fucking the loop, bro. You know what I'm talking about, dude.
Hey, pick up Olandis Zacchaeus then. That's our number 1 guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wide receiver.
Matt Ryan, fucking traveling all the way to London.
The pond.
Oh, you like London? You from London?
Across the pond.
Across the pond.
I'm Mexican. I don't know how many Mexicans have that accent. Yeah, but whatever.
Have you seen that comedian? He's like, I got in trouble in the U.S. And he's like, my dad, he made me come back to Mexico. And he's like, man, I was there. I was like, man, I'm Mexican, but fuck, I'm not this Mexican. He's like, they got dogs on roofs up here, bro. So funny. Sorry.
I know it has nothing to do with Matt Ryan, but that was good. Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Don't sit him. I mean, don't start him.
Yeah, don't start Matt Ryan. Don't be like me. It's
just that game's gonna. I just wish the London game would be a little bit more exciting to make me want to watch it at 6.
Yeah, you watch the fans, and they're just like they're like, oh, I'm a Broncos fan. They show up to this this Jets Falcons game, and what the fuck? They keep giving them Falcons Jets. That's what they give them. Like what do we want a franchise over there or not?
Yeah.
Because if you do, then put someone like an actual good fucking team over there. And then you got the Jags and the Dolphins playing next week out there.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Well, the Jags, they do it once a year.
Yeah, the Jags, I mean, they say that's like the home team over there, but fuck, man. I'd kill myself if I lived in London trying to be a football fan. Or
right.
American football fan. Anyways. Hey, did you like that video? No, not the one of Big Ben completely eating shit when nobody even touched him. I'm talking about our fantasy football video we just did. You just watched. Well, guess what? That was just a clip from the full audio podcast. So if you want to check out the whole thing, links down below, AVG Fantasy Football, Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, all of them. Anywhere you can get audio podcasts, we're there. Go ahead and check it out. And if you don't want to look at your fantasy team to look the way Big Ben does right here, wait for it. Come on, replay. This is your fantasy team. But that won't be your fantasy team if you subscribe to AVG Fantasy Football. So go ahead, subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the channel and like.